how disappointing was it not to be able, your time in Sacramento especially, it was the Robert Ory shot, and then the next year C Webb gets hurt. I know they brought in who was they brought in Brad.
They brought in Keon Clark too.
Keon was with us during the time, but
Okay.
how I know so close, but yet so far of how disappointing it was not to get one or at least get to the finals there in Sacramento.
I mean, it was very disappointing, especially how I think it was taken from us because we were definitely the best team in the league that year. And I got a story that I tell everybody, Chucky Brown, like with them loose, how them loose treat the best owners in the world.
Oh, man, unbelievable.
They had their red carpet events and, going to movie premieres and doing all this shit. And, we're in LA, so I'm talking cash shit to everybody, all the actors, they're around. And I'm like, there's nothing they could do. I'm on the radios in LA talking shit. And it's just upsetting that we kind of shit the bed in game 7. But as far as that was ours, I think that they did it at our own expense as far as to, let's try to have this three-peat, and what they do. But I mean, I heard that a TV deal was coming up that year, the next year. So I think they wanted the bigger markets in that championship. But I mean, I think we win that championship. Our team, it goes in a whole different direction. They don't break us up as quick. And we bring in other pieces that maybe we got rid of before. Maybe keep our core, but like maybe bring you in that play for a while and playing on good teams, and bring in guys like you, and it just would have been different, I think, all the way around.
So how were you when it went down that you got traded? How were you? What did you know what was about to happen when you got traded to Atlanta?
So 2 years before that, so like a year and a half, like maybe a year before, maybe the year before, 2 years, maybe I heard rumblings. Like it was supposed to.
Really?
I talked to Kobe. Was supposed to go to LA. Talked to Cleveland. Was supposed to go to Cleveland. So it was in between Cleveland and LA I was going to go to. And I didn't think the Maloofs would send me in the same division to our rivals. So it was a quick talk with Kobe, and from there it kind of went out the window. But then it was supposed to be Cleveland for 2 years. And I mean, it was like a done deal. Like one year, I was walking down, we were playing the Wizards, I remember, and they were like, hey, let's go celebrate down in the lobby, have some drinks or whatever, hang out. Mike's about to get traded. So we went downstairs, drank.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, say that again. What?
Yeah, the night before, because I mean, there was a trade deadline, and we heard the rumblings coming, and could go down to the wire, and it hadn't happened yet, but it was so strongly supposed to happen.
To the Wizards.
Yeah, no, to Cleveland.
Oh, to Cleveland. To Cleveland.
We were playing the Wizards.
Oh, you're playing the Wizards. Okay, all right, okay.
And so we get there to the game. My agent, David Falk, superstar agent, was he was in DC. So we're talking the night before. Yeah, we're pretty sure it's going to happen. Don't expect to play the next day. Trade deadline right before I get on the bus, be ready to play, Mike. So I mean, you get in that mindset, and I didn't know, that was the year before I got traded. So the next year, it was supposed to be Cleveland again. I've never heard anything about Atlanta. So Cleveland. So I'm talking to my agent, David, and there's 2 trades he said he didn't hear about his whole career. Both of them were mine. I got traded. So
the first one, Vancouver to Sacramento?
No, the other one from Atlanta to the Wizards.
Oh, okay.
So, because, I mean, he has so much power, he could block whatever he wanted to block if he really needed to. So I think that's why they didn't tell him. So he was good friends with one of the owners from Atlanta. And so, All-Star break. So I go to, it's like an All-Star game, whatever. And my name goes across the bottom of the screen. Mike Bibby traded to Atlanta Hawks for so my son comes in and was like, Dad, you got traded. I was like, nah, I called David, David, they said, I got traded to the Hawks? He was like, nah, just wait till after the I said, David, it's on fucking the bottom of ESPN. He's like, hold on, let me call you back. He calls me back. He's like, yeah, they traded you. And going there, it was like I had to play the Vlade role going to Atlanta. Joe Johnson was the only person that ever played in the playoffs there. We reached the playoffs. We were like 36 and I mean, with like 38 and whatever it was, we had a 38 and 44 maybe, and I had to take a different role. I came in, I still averaged around 14, 15 points a game, but they didn't rely on me like they relied on me in Sacramento
Sacramento, yeah.
for the ball. You know, we had Joe
Mm-hmm.
Johnson, Al Horford as a rookie, Marvin Williams, Josh Smith, and it was like I didn't have an ego enough to where it's like, you know what, I gotta do this, I gotta score, I gotta come here. I kind of fit in and kind of like, hey, let's have fun. It's kind of the same stuff we did in Sacramento, Jimmy, to where when we land, all of us are going to go eat at California Pizza Kitchen. Boom, everybody goes. We're going to walk around the mall for a little bit. We're going to do this. We're going to hang out. We're going to play games the day of shoot around. And it kind of changed the culture of the team in as far as like, okay, we're supposed to be here. Let's go out there and play with nothing to lose. And by the time I left there, I think we had the last year I was there, we won 50 some games, you know, coming from winning 30 to winning 50 2 games is a big turnaround. So it was a good change for me going to Atlanta. And like I said, I learned from you guys being in Sacramento, talking about you guys as being the older guys on the team, to be able how to control myself when I go to a different team, how to make things work, how to have everybody on the same page.
Was it, and it's still a challenge though. I mean, because you went from the Mike Bibby of leading the Sacramento Kings to Western Conference Finals to a potential championship caliber team to the ball in your hand to all of a sudden, this is a whole different role. How did you reconcile? Because that's not easy. Okay, that's not easy.
I was fine with that. I was still getting shots. I was still doing stuff. I still handled the ball. I was throwing lobs. I was still doing the same thing I did. It's just that they didn't rely on me like how they did in Sacramento. I was fine with it. I have no problem with, like, even when I got traded to New York, like, I was kind of done before that, but Mike Woodson was like, Mike, come play one more year. And, I'd work out before the games, and he'd always feel like he had to play me. And, I told him, I was like, Woody, don't feel like don't make it. I don't want you to feel like you had to play me. Like, think, I'm cool over here. I don't have no problem being a cheerleader. I'll clap and do what I got to do for the guys in order for us to win. But if you need me, I'll get in there and play. And so my mind said, you know how I am, Jimmy. I was never like that. I never had anything like that of have a bad attitude. If, I had a bad game, I'm going to be a different person on the plane. I've never been like that.
That's true.
And I mean, I was blessed to be in the NBA, and I was happy to be there.
Check out new episodes of The Jim Jackson Show every Thursday. Watch on The Rich Eisen Show YouTube page. Follow the show on Instagram @Jim Jackson Show, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.